the masters of photography. We're going to look at some of our founding fathers known in the photography field. The first one we're going to talk about is Alfred Stieglitz. Alfred Stieglitz was known as really the father of modern photography, a new way of seeing. He was born in 1864 in New Jersey, and he died in 1946 in New York City from a heart attack. Like I mentioned, he was often referred to as the father of modern photography. So he really was looking at pictorialism and kind of looking at the highest form of photographic art. So his main connection was with Studio 291. It was a small gallery, an outlet for exhibiting work. Now, he was an American photographer and really a modern art promoter who was really instrumental over his 50-year career in making photography an accepted art form. As a student, he traveled throughout Europe extensively. By 1890, when he returned to America, he was already famous. So he founded what was called the Photo Succession Group in 1902. The society's little galleries became known as what I mentioned, 291, which was from their Fifth Avenue address, their street address. So starting in 1907, Stieglitz began to show works of art other than photography at 291. He brought in works from Auguste Rodin, Henri Matisse, Pablo Picasso, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, and so on. And so he really promoted the art form. The gallery, 291, actually closed in 1917, so it had over a 10-year run. But Stieglitz continued to photograph and continued to exhibit his work. Now, talking about some of his pieces of work here, you can see 3 examples. The middle photo, he actually waited 3 hours in the snowstorm to get this photo. He waited for just the right shot to come. When he went back to develop it, before it was even fully developed, he started showing people. And the comment was from other photographers, "It's all blurry, it's not sharp." And he would say, "That's exactly what I want." So he really had this new vision for a modern world, to teach the world a new way to see. So a lot of people called him a rebel. He really was trying to introduce an avant-garde style to America. Now, interestingly, some of you that are have covered some art history or know some of our famous artists in the historical sense, you may know of Georgia O'Keeffe. Stieglitz actually started photographing Georgia O'Keeffe extensively. And actually, in 1924, they got married. Although O'Keeffe spent much of her time painting in New Mexico, and Stieglitz rarely left New York. He was really in New York most of the time, except for in the summers. So this is kind of our leader here in the start of our modern photography.